Aries, I'm here to give you just a love bite. Wild card reads straight from the hip with lots of lip and straight to the heart of the matter, where we're going to dive into your collective energy to see what's coming up for you in love and romance as we're moving through this triad of Venus transits that are greatly going to influence how things are going to roll out between you and a special someone, or that hoped for special someone if you're single and open to dipping into a little delight. Okay, I do got this positive energy coming in for you. I am feeling it. This is for any significant Aries placement. Also, if you happen to have a prominent placement in the first house, or if you are a Libra rising, that makes you an Aries descendant, and you'll especially feel a lot of resonance with this message. Okay, for these Venus transit reads, it is all about your descendant sign, so really clue into that. It does carry great significance in regard to how you're going to experience love through, you know, the coming together with another, right? So do drop in for that. But I did pick up this piece that you are finally like letting go of the need to control. It's like something is releasing around your heart space. We do have that important conjunction coming in on April 21st. It's Venus conjunct Chiron, and that's been going down in your sign. So something is really healing within you on a deeply personal level that's allowing you to finally like let down the firewall, man. And as you do this, it's allowing you to truly meet in that place of openness and trust and unguardedness that actually allows you to receive. So I do feel like something is being balanced out here for you. I do feel like a profound healing is coming forward for you. There is an opportunity to really come into your own heart. And I feel like this is going to provide some sense of renewal for you moving forward in matters of love. So let's see what it looks like for you here. I saw a flash of the Ace of Cups there on the split. So I do feel like there is something that is going to clear these obstacles within you that are blocking you from really receiving that love that you deserve. Ooh, yes, there is a change in store. There's movement happening here. You're not going to be stuck any longer. You are transforming something. I feel like you're sort of like besting a devil, okay? There's something that has been a certain pattern, or it's been a certain sticking point in a relationship, a connection. It's been a certain vice. It could have been a certain devil that was very alluring, a temptation that was causing problems, or maybe somebody was constantly being like caught up in the snares of temptation, and this was causing division in a very special connection. You could have been dealing with a fixed sign energy, Taurus, Leo, Aquarius, or Scorpio. Could have also been dealing with a Sagittarius, a Fiacus specifically. But I feel like there's something here that you are really overcoming. And because of this, there is this transformation happening. You're not being held back by what used to really overpower you in the past. I feel like for a lot of you, this is restoring the balance of power in a connection. Maybe you dealt with a situation where one person was really giving everything to the relationship and the other person was doing all the taking. One person was very self-sacrificing. The other was, you know, willing to do, you know, all of the receiving for sure. But this is getting to a place where there can be like an even distribution of the energy, okay? And that may seem kind of like a strange way to look at it, but I do feel there was something going on energetically in your relationships that was leaving one person just feeling like just drained dry, while the other person felt very full and satisfied, okay? So this is an opportunity for you to let down your firewall, and as you do so, there's a new flow coming in matters of the heart. There's a truth that's arrived at here. You're finally understanding what's been the problem in a relationship, what's been causing the division, and there's a resolution to move things forward in a new way. This has also got like a little bit of a date with destiny vibes, so do be on the lookout for April 17th when Venus is conjunct the node of destiny, okay? Because I do feel like there's something that's going to come in at that point that will move things forward in a new way. You're not going to feel stuck anymore. The change that's necessary for transformation and to move things on up to, you know, a higher rung of the spiral of experience will come through for you. So let's see what this is going to look like, Aries. All right, let's check it out. I feel like a card flipped up in the middle of the deck there. It felt like it, at least. Maybe not. Interesting. Something wanted to reveal its hand, but then it became reticent. Oh, yeah. So see, look, we got the Ace of Wands in reverse. That's interesting, the way that came out. I feel like you're dealing with somebody who's wanting to take an action towards you. You know, it's almost like they're trying to stifle their passions. Maybe you're also in a place where you're not really indulging on a sexual level right now. You might be kind of practicing abstinence. Some of you may be going through a period of really, you know, not wanting to share your energy in that way, more as a way to kind of like straighten yourself by fire. It's like you're tempering the temptations. I got that. You don't want to just jump in bed, especially as you're trying to you know, enter back into that realm of love and opening up your heart. You're maybe wanting to go about things in a different sort of way. Some of you are practicing celibacy, and it's because you're really looking to clear away what's been getting in the way of you having real, true, you know, nourishing connections in matters of the heart. You're wanting somebody who also appreciates you more than for just a good time. You know, I feel that. You're wanting a deeper kind of connection. And you may have suspected that somebody was only interested in you for kind of like a hookup or something like that, or you've dealt with too much of this sort of like heavy sexual energy thrown around. I mean, and you enjoy that as much as anybody else, but at the same time, it's like, I think you're wanting a little something more. And so you're willing to kind of like refrain just to allow something to develop a little bit more of a stable foundation to build from. I got that. Okay. It's on the bottom of the deck here. Yeah. I mean, you're really using your intuition here, Queen of Cups. This could be in relation to a Queen of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, but I do feel like you're really using your intuition here. You're also deciding where maybe you're wanting to pull out your energy so you can invest it in another direction. Some of you may be afraid of pregnancy. I have to say, with it to come in like that, you might be concerned. Maybe somebody is really wanting to have a child. Maybe you don't want to have a child, or maybe you thought this was somebody that you wanted to you know, have a new romantic beginning with. Now you're starting to have second thoughts. I think there's something you're sorting out with here. Some of you are dealing with a mother who doesn't agree with your romantic choice. This is creating kind of a little bit of a bone of contention. Maybe they're cautioning you on moving forward in a particular romantic connection. Either way, I do feel like there's a little bit of sort of like reflective pausing here in this situation. There are certain cycles you're not wanting to repeat. For some of you, there's a lover you're dealing with who reminds you of your mother. Okay, this is the sticking point. You might be resolving issues that kind of stem from the mother too, that have been acting as a block for things moving forward in your relationship, okay, or in your love prospects. There's some deep healing work you're doing here. All right. Yeah. I mean, I think that you are kind of like learning a lot about yourself right now. And you've been in a period where you haven't been ready to really root something in material reality. We do have earth sign energy here in the reverse, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This can be like too fixated on security, too fixated on staying safe, too fixated on, you know, well, what about me? I want to make sure I'm okay in a situation. And so like really having a lot of the guards up, and also being too scared. I have to say, so fearful with the 9 of Swords in reverse that it really prevents you from taking the action you need to take. It's like trying to come off from this standpoint of presenting an image of like, oh yeah, I got it all together. I feel really solid in this. I got this on lock, you know, but really what it's covering up is this like insecurity around being teachable, you know, with the Page of Pentacles, being willing to kind of like learn something here. You know, maybe you don't have all the answers. Maybe you think you got it all figured out in matters of the heart, but you don't. There's actually a little bit you do have to learn here. And this may even be coming through somebody like sharing their feelings or expressing something that they've been holding back for a while. This may be educating you about something that you really needed to know about before you could even invest in a particular direction. You could be dealing with an earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, okay? This could be somebody who feels like they have to educate you on something, all right? And you may have already like pulled out commitment in this direction. I see that, you know. You felt like there was a lot of stress or a lot of worry that was put on your head when you were invested in this direction. But I feel like this is a quarter that maybe is trying to dissuade you from taking a certain action. For some of you, it has relation to a child. It has relation to a pregnancy. It has relation to being in two minds about that. Like one person is really wanting to have a family, you know, the other isn't. One is really wanting commitment, the other isn't. It's been a bone of contention, okay? In some cases, somebody just hasn't been ready to commit. You know, they're still in a place where they feel like I have a lot to learn about myself and what really fulfills me and what's right for me before I even move into that direction. I do have to say, somebody in this situation has a huge fear of pregnancy and not wanting to get tied down into that kind of arrangement, and maybe restraining themselves from indulging on, you know, a sexual gratification level because they're not wanting to get caught up in that way. They might have even had some fears of somebody trying to like kind of get them caught up in that way. All right. This coming in. Yeah, but I do see that something is going to move forward here. There is some communication coming in here. I think that you'll be hearing from this person sometime around April 19th, April 20th, right before we got that Uranus conjunction coming in. It's sort of like a shocking moment. You're not expecting to hear this communication come in, but it does get things moving in a very dynamic way. On April 19th, we have Mercury conjunct Venus, and the sun moves into Taurus. So you could very well be having some kind of communication coming in from a Taurus that you weren't expecting. What's this about? Okay, this could have to do with trying to work something out after a period of separation, because we do have the Three of Pentacles coming in with the Four of Swords, you know, somebody wanting to figure out how can we get on the same page? How can we work this out? Is there a way to make it work? I feel like you're turning this down, though. I do. You're following the path of heart. You want something a little more here. So I feel like you pulled out of a certain connection and you're looking to invest in a new direction when it comes to matters of the heart. You've got to follow your heart moving forward. You're not willing to waste your time investing in directions that don't pan out anymore. I see that. Okay, so let's see, where are you heading? Where is Aries heading in matters of the heart and matters of love? How is Venus going to influence this? Look at this. Yes. Okay. So there is some tower coming in, and the tower leads to your personal gratification. Okay. And that may be what surprises this person who's coming back around. They have never seen you act in this way. They don't get it. They're used to having you sort of under their thumb. You could be dealing with a Scorpio as well, but something is transforming here. Maybe this person is used to you being so quick to just kind of like indulge sexually, or this is the way this person had power over you in the past, and you're like, no, you don't get it. Like, I'm not ruled by that anymore. I'm thinking about what truly fulfills me. And if I need to, I mean, I can take care of myself on that level if it means I can avoid another disruption in my life where I really feel like I got bamboozled, you know, like someone pulled a fast one on me. So I do feel like you're focusing more on really considering, like, where can I find my personal gratification? What feels good to me? What feels right to me? And there's certain awareness that you've gained through this tower that you experienced where you were betrayed, you know, where the illusion was disrupted, where you took off the rose-colored glasses. You're like, I am no longer willing to buy into illusion just for the sake of the fairy tale. I don't want the fantasy. I want what's real. And so this has got you thinking more about like your needs and how you can be fulfilled in love. I do see you really standing on this, all right? And there is a choice to be made here. Gemini could be involved in this situation. All right. But I feel like you're the one delivering this tower where you're like, no, you know, my needs are important. I really want to feel fulfilled. And there's some kind of true fulfillment in your heart you're wanting to experience here. You're not wanting to deal with something that's just going to stay on a superficial level. You want mutual investment going forward. I see that. Okay. And you may be schooling this person when they come around and letting them know, you know, I'm not settling. Yeah, and you're willing to stay in this independent energy. Look at this. I see you staying in a real independent energy here. 9 of Pentacles. This is you investing in yourself. I think this is really good. You know, this is that individuation where you're making sure that you're in that place where you're on board, mind, body, spirit, and where you really are paying attention to what you need to feel fulfilled, because you know that if you're not fulfilled in your heart, then there's no way to start this new adventure. And it's actually by you taking this action to finally choose to walk away from something that, quite frankly, is never going to measure up to, you know, what you're wanting to experience. I mean, I do feel like this person is going to try to shove a foot in the door here. This is somebody that you've had on pause for a while. There hasn't been communication, or the communication's been very gridlocked. Okay. I do feel like somebody's going to try to, like, you know, give one last ditch effort to sort of worm their way back in. But I feel like you're ready for this new adventure with the Fool. You're ready to start at ground zero and build it up right this time. I got that, you know. It's the way that it's really coming through for you. I do want to bring in a goddess guidance card just for an overarching theme for you here. It was 1808 on the clock when I brought that in. So yes, that's right on track for you. Stay in this individual energy. All right. Keep focused on your intention. This is really important. And let's just see, where is all this leading, Aries, in terms of love? We know that you're focusing on doing your personal healing so that you can sort of like fill up your own coffers first before needing that in another. You know, you're recognizing it's not good to be in a place in relationship where you need the person. You want to want the person, and for them to want you as well. You know, there's a difference between needing and wanting. You know, one is based more on kind of like a codependency and an unhealthy enmeshment, and another is just based on what's gratifying, what feels good, what's pleasurable. And you're really wanting to write a brand new love story in terms of how you move forward in matters of the heart. And I do see that taking place. You are going to be opening up a new chapter here. It begins with you investing in yourself. And let's see what goddess energy we have here for you. Look, fast, independent. You're meant to be in this very independent energy. Your independence is the foundation for your strength and success. So be a free agent at this time. Don't sign on the dotted line. Let things reveal to you who they are and what they're about before you just, you know, give into some fantasy that never pans out. And then the next thing you know, you're like, I've wasted all this time and energy. And for what? An illusion. I think you're being very smart about how you move forward. And you feel a certain sense of empowerment in staying in this position. I do feel like you thought you were going to charge ahead in a particular direction, and you're pulling out. That's what I got. You're reinvesting in yourself here. You're focusing more on your healing. I think this is really good. Let's see. What is the energy wanting to come out here as kind of watching over Aries' love life? during these Venus transits? What is it lining up for Aries? I do feel like it's going to take a little time, okay? It's going to take a little sorting. Yeah, right now, you're focused very much on creating a sense of home for yourself. And I do feel like that's beginning with you. It's beginning with feeling at home within yourself. What feels right to me? What feels good to me? You know, I need to kind of come home to my own heart before I can really be prepared to share my heart with another. And it says your household situation is improving either through a move or a healthy change in the occupants, okay? So if there's been something that's been feeling a little off at home, or if you're in a relationship with somebody, you're living with somebody, and it's been feeling like a little uncomfortable, or there's been issues around this, I do feel like there's some healthy shift that's happening here. And I feel like in cases where it just felt like one person was doing all the giving and another person was doing all the taking, you're finally finding a balance of give and take that it feels good. It feels mutually supportive for both. But it also has something to do with not getting the energy too enmeshed, too entangled, still retaining your sense of individuality, and maybe both individuals coming more into their independent sense of power. And that's what I got for you. So do look to feel much better about yourself, maybe even feeling a little bit more attractive. You might be focusing on beautifying yourself, you know, taking care of the body, getting in shape. This is raising your confidence. It's making you feel good. It might also be part of you being kind of like, oh, I don't know, as I'm starting to feel better here, as I'm starting to look better, maybe I want to keep my options open. You know, maybe I just want to see, you know, what feels right to me. But either way here, I do feel like you're feeling much more at home in yourself, much more confident. I do feel like your energy is really surging back, and it's because you've been doing some really deep healing work around your heart. I do feel like you're ready to live by your heart, and you recognize that that really begins with you. And I see you pulling out of one situation because you're hoping for a little something more. And I do feel like you'll find that, okay? Something's coming into alignment. There's some healing happening, and a healing happening on the home front. So for those of you who are cohabitating, I do see that somebody is really kind of like owning their peace in a situation where maybe it felt imbalanced before. Things are balancing out, and it looks good. There's healthy changes in store here.